All right. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Melisha with Love for Life Wellness. We are live today with Katherine Jackson. Just give me a minute. I'm going to make sure everything is hooked up and so that everyone will see our show. But I'm excited about our show today with Katherine. She helped me this week. I was sick and I knew who to call on and ask about some remedies for using essential oils to help me. So I'm really excited about having her on today because she helped me this week. So let me make sure that I am where I need to be. Let me see my pages. Let's see if I'm live on my one page. So anybody coming on, this is a great time to come on. If you've got some questions about essential oils, you let me know. Because we want to have a great conversation today with Katherine. So we are getting ready to start in just a few minutes, and we are live, and I'm going to share it. And let me see, I'm going to share it to a group. I'm going to share it there. Good. All right. I'm getting the hang of it a little bit, and then I'm going to share it on my personal page. Share to a page. No, I don't want to do it there. I want to share it. No, not there. Okay, I think we got it. So I know it's in my group, and we do have one person on. So you let me know if you are on. Give me a high five or share your comments, and I'll be able to see who is on today. There may be a little bit delay, Katherine. If you see me turning my head, because I have another camera right here with my the Facebook Live right in front of me, and then I'll be making notes. So I've got two or three things going on, but I'm not ignoring you. And so if you are in here today, you let me know. We are excited about our show today. So we are live in our the Sister to Sister Saturday today, and I did this because I wanted to share in my private Facebook group other wellness practitioners and wellness people to be able to help us on our wellness journey. And because I don't have all the answers, and I wanted other people to be able to share their knowledge for health and wellness with us. So I'm excited about what I've been doing, and the shows have been having a lot of great response, and the shows are really good, and you can always go back and look at the shows. They are also on my I have a YouTube channel. It's called Melisha Bailey, so you can always go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my channel, and you could always look at the viewing from there. I have Tarina on this morning. Tarina is a wonderful person. I saw your post about what you were eating this morning, and I'm so glad you're on. Tarina, can you just give me a comment, because I want to see if I can see your comment. I do see that you're watching, and I'm excited you're on. Anybody that's on, give me a heart or a high five, and just let me know that you are on this morning.
So I've also shared this to my page, and so I will go back through wherever it's been shared. And if you put in a comment that we don't address, I'll make sure that you get covered. And Melisha, you may not have all the answers, but you do have a lot. You have a lot. And I have worked with you before, done your detox program, and I found that to be very beneficial. So anybody from my page who is watching who has health issues, who would like to talk with someone, a health coach, I would encourage you to get a hold of Melisha. She's really good.
Thank you, Katherine. You know, we are health practitioners, and we are in this together. And, you know, I work with naturopath. I work with energy people that do energy work. I have some people that are expert in different things. And so the goal is to help people to be healthy in the most natural, less invasive way possible, so that people can get well. And so this is why I do this. I am a nutritional health coach. I've been coaching for almost 3 years now, and I started my journey through my own sickness of being a pre-diabetic and having fibromyalgia and degenerative disc disease in my back. And I knew that I needed to take control of my health. And if I didn't, I would probably be dead right now or in a wheelchair or just debilitated. And so when I took control of my health, that is what sparked in me the wanted to be able to help other people that were like me, that were sick and couldn't get out of bed or thought they, couldn't, that they weren't going to live, and so this is why I do what I do, is to help other people. So my business is called Love for Life Wellness. I do online group coaching. I do one-on-one coaching. I have different programs. I have the detox program that Catherine has done several times, and I have a brand new one I'm getting ready to start in a few weeks, and I'm doing looking for beta testers. It's called Revive, Restore, and Rejuvenate. And so we're just trying to excuse me, get us back to possibly where we were before, or even better than we were before. Um, and then what else am I doing? I write a news article for the Unite publication here in Springfield. I work as a fitness instructor at the YMCA. And so I do a lot of things. I wear a lot of hats. I'm a mom. I am a new grandmother. Anybody that watched the show last week, I was in Seattle a week ago today watching my granddaughter, Miss Ava, be born. And that was the most exciting thing that's happened to me in a long time, watching her be born. And so I'm so excited that I was able to be there with my son and his girlfriend Ronisha. And so they're going to be great parents. I'm excited about that. And so one of the things I'm doing is I am encouraging them to put her on the right path of health and wellness at birth. And so we talked about using organic formulas in order, with the breast milk, and doing her foods, and really, I bought her all organic cotton clothing, and I bought some doTERRA. I do doTERRA. Catherine does Young Living. It doesn't matter. But I bought her doTERRA diaper rash ointment and baby wash, so we want to be able to put our kids on the right path. And so, because my goal is to not have my son and my granddaughter go down the road I did in bad health. And so I'm encouraging. So this show is for parents, grandparents, for us to be able to help our children and our grandchildren to live healthier lives. So I'm going to get on this one page before we start. But anyway, I am so excited to have Catherine Robinson with us. She's got a wonderful daughter, Altany, who is an amazing artist. I need to get her on here to talk about her journaling that she does. What is it called, Catherine?
It's art journaling.
Art journaling. Oh my God. And it's amazing. So I think I'm going to reach out to Altany to have her come on, because I talk to my clients a lot about journaling and talking about their feelings and getting things out. So I would be excited to have Altany on, but I am just so excited. So without further ado, Catherine's got a wonderful story. So Catherine, just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved with essential oils for your health.
Sure. Well, I grew up in a household where we really didn't go to medical doctors unless you were obviously broken bones or bleeding. You just really took care of it with vitamins and the way you ate and natural things. So I've always been inclined to that. And then about 5 years ago, I knew about essential oils, but I hadn't really delved into them. And my sister started telling me about them. At the same time, we were living in Texas, and my husband, who has a lot of health issues, at that point had a team of like 6 doctors. One of those doctors was telling him that modern medicine had got him as good as he was going to get. He was considered 100% disabled at that point, hadn't worked for several years, and just had a whole lot of pain and not feeling good and sleeping issues, all kinds of stuff. And he was talking to his doctor, and he asked him, could he try essential oils? Because that's what I was talking to him about. Mm-hmm. And the doctor said, yeah, sure. I've been hearing great things about them, so go for it. So I started researching them, and I did choose Young Living. It is a high quality one, and whichever brand you choose, you want to make sure that you're using high quality. And I started applying them to him. and I started seeing success in him, and he started telling me success, and he actually even started researching some of his own, and he would come to me and say, okay, somebody told me to try this one, so get me this one. So I would. And then I started sharing it with friends and family members who were like, oh, I have this problem. And I'm like, I don't know if this will work, but let me give you this and see. And then they started having success. And then I'm a knowledge geek. I want to know why things work. And I love knowing knowledge about different things. And so I actually went to aromatherapy school to be certified in it. And Chris, 3 years ago, 3 years ago, was actually able to go back to work after having been told that he'd never work again because of all of his medical problems. He still has to be very careful, and he has a lovely boss who understands that every now and then Chris's body just says, we're done. But essential oils got him to this point. So we're just thrilled, and I have helped many people, and I hope for the rest of my life to help many, many more.
Wow. And so I know that your husband had a lot of issues. And
Mhm.
so and you have some issues too, and you use them a lot for your
Mhm.
whole family and
Yep.
different things like that. So what, say somebody that doesn't know anything about essential oils, they've heard of it, some people think it's kind of woo woo out there or just don't believe in it. What would you
Yeah.
tell somebody that just says, I just don't believe in that? Why, what is it about essential oils?
Well, first, my first question would be, what have you got to lose?
Uh-huh.
Buy some, try some. I'm even open to giving you some samples, and let's just see. Because hearing everybody going, yes, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, you kind of have to try them for yourself.
Hmm.
Um, they actually have studies. There's more studies in Europe than there are in America, but you can dig around in PubMed and you can actually find studies that say that they do work.
Hmm.
You can't patent them. So there's not a whole lot of scientific studies as to promote them, but they are out there.
Hmm.
In France, you can go into pharmacies and find them. A pharmacist will tell you, doctors in France will encourage you to use this essential oil or that essential oil. So there is some science behind them. You smell them and they go into the brain and they trigger reactions, either emotional or physical, based upon the smell. But then you can apply them and then they trigger reactions based upon that. And it's not as common, but you can actually take them like in a little capsule or whatever, and then it's going to trigger reactions in the body that way.
Wow, from an oil. And
Mm-hmm.
so most of the oils, they are derived directly from plants that
Yes.
are crushed, and they go through a process of getting the oil out of, say, lemons or peppermints or oregano, and then they are bottled, and then they are put in capsule form. And the scientists know that this type of oil can help this. How do they come to the realization of what kind of oils can help different things?
Um, After they're distilled, they were researched, and each essential oil is made up of hundreds, sometimes thousands of chemical constituents. So they can take like the terpenes and the monoterpenes, the aldehydes and the esters, and they can take that chemical and they can research it and see how it works on the body. That
Okay.
is actually how a lot of our prescriptions were created. So a scientist would hear this plant does this for this thing. So then he would break it down and he would get the chemical constituents and he would pull out the ones that he wanted for that particular pill, and then he would synthesize them and create a prescription.
Hmm.
So, but when you take an essential oil, you're getting all those chemical constituents, not just the ones that they've plucked out. So it works in a various ways. Does that help? Did that answer the question?
That helps a lot. And so when people are coming to you about, like, I was sick this week, and I knew to call to ask Catherine what to use for I had cough and cold, and so what are some of the most things that people ask you about for essential oils? Like, I asked you about cough and congestion, and you just did a boudoir show, didn't you?
Essential
Okay.
oil for romance. Yeah. Yeah.
Essential oils for romance. Well, tell us a
Mhm.
little bit about that, and then we'll go back to my sick when I was sick.
Well, people may not know this, but essential oils can help in all areas of your life, and intimacy is something. Aromas can trigger a reaction in the brain, and you can actually train your brain to react to an aroma based upon the experience that you have when you have that aroma, right?
Okay.
So a lot of people hear like ylang ylang or jasmine are supposed to be aphrodisiacs, but you might not like the smell of those. So you would choose, well, let's just say lemon, for example. And every time you had a romantic encounter with your partner, you would smell lemon. And after a while, your body would learn to associate the smell of lemon with that action. And so smelling lemon could help get you in the mood. Then
Oh.
there are actual ones that increase blood flow to the area.
Okay.
So that's going to help with both female and male interactions and the way that they finish. I'm trying to be family friendly here.
That's
Um,
fine.
so that can help. There is one that can help a man get and sustain himself. Um, yeah, there's actually quite a few that you can use in the bedroom to help make it a much more thrilling experience, shall we say?
Wow, a much more thrilling experience. So if anybody would like to have some information on how essential oils can help you to have that intimacy and to have those feelings, those endorphins, be enlightened during intimacy and time, this is a great time. If anybody has questions out here, please let me know. I have got because we've got an expert on here. I'm hoping I can see the questions. If I'm looking down, because I'm trying to get to my pages to see where those
Yep.
questions are, because I've got people on. I've got Janetta on. I've got James on. I've got Kathy. I've got Bryce. I've got 5 people on, but I want to see some questions. So can somebody give me some questions so that I can see, so that we can get Catherine to answer some of our questions this morning. And so, like, for a person like me that's been sick, we've got cold and flu that's been like rampant going on. What are some of the remedies that people can use for those, Catherine?
Well, the first thing I always suggest is to boost your immune system. So you're going
Okay.
to want to look for oils, and many times you can just find a blend because there's several that support the immune system. So you're going to want to look for one that has cinnamon and clove because those both support the immune system very well.
Okay.
Uh, the one that I like the best, which is Young Living, is Thieves. It has cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, rosemary, and lemon. Um, Melaleuca or tea tree also can boost the immune system. So I encourage people to use that and add it with the immune support blend that they like. Then keep on hand straight eucalyptus because rubbed like on your chest or your cheeks or the back of your neck, it's going to help thin and get the mucus out. Lavender is going to help soothe all this. Plus, it helps with the swelling, the congestion, gets it to go down so you can breathe a little easier. And then I like to encourage people to use lemon because lemon will help the body process out and get rid of it better. And I like to tell people to rub down their necks and then right here, I'm a big girl, since they're not easy to see, but right here where the collarbones are, you have a little triangle area here. You have lymph nodes in there. So
Mm-hmm.
you want to rub the essential oil down your neck to help it all drain, and then rub them over the lymph nodes to help it drain down into the body and help the body process it out. You're not forcing the body to do anything. You're simply helping the body. You're simply assisting it to do what it naturally wants to do, which is fight the problem and get you back on your feet.
And so sometimes I think with essential oils, it may take a little longer.
Yes.
Some people want that instant, to feel well instantly. And essential oils may take a little longer for you to get relief, but it's better for the body without putting all those chemicals, of say like a Dayquil or NyQuil or, Alka-Seltzer Plus into your body.
Right. Right. And it does, because the essential oils, they aren't a band-aid. They're not going to go in and cover something. They're going to
Mm-hmm.
go in and assist the body to get rid of it, to fix the problem. So yes, they can take a little longer depending upon the situation. Now, there are some times where you're very uncomfortable, like you've overworked your muscles or whatever, an essential oil is going to work pretty fast because
Okay.
that's kind of like an easy fix, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But in something where you're fighting a cold or stomach issues where you just have poor digestion and you're working to support it in your elimination process, sometimes it can take longer. And I like to tell people about that they don't get discouraged.
Right.
They think I'm going to take this and in 30 minutes I'm going to be fine, and that's not necessarily true.
Right.
Sometimes it can take 2 or 3 days depending upon the situation. Sometimes it can take 2 or 3 weeks or months,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah, and sometimes it can take a long time, but we just have to be patient with ourselves and
Yep.
let the process go forward so that we can receive the healing that we need. I'm
Right.
I'm trying to go to my pages because I'm trying to see where we are because I want to find where our questions are. I know people are asking questions out there and I want to find where our questions are. So if people have questions, please post them to me. We've got an expert here and I want to hear all of your questions today. So if
Yeah.
you've got any questions, I'm going to put them here. Okay.
Well, while you're looking for those, let me talk about if you are brand new to essential oils.
Okay.
So, a natural human reaction is to jump all 4 feet, as my daddy would say, jump all 4 feet into something. But when you're starting essential oils, less is better. Go low and go slow is what we like to say. You want to always do a test patch if it's new to you essential oil. Even if you've been using essential oils for a while, if you get a brand new one to you, then we still recommend a test patch. And that is simply put a drop of a carrier oil, which is a fatty oil like coconut or almond,
Mm-hmm.
and 1 drop of the essential oil, palm of your hand and mix it up, and then put it on, let's see if I can get my camera right here, inside of your elbow, right?
Okay.
And then just let it hang out there for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you'll have no reaction at all, in which case you know that your body's ready and willing for that oil. Sometimes you can get a little redness or a little hot to it. It doesn't mean that you can't use it. It simply means that your body wants you to dilute that with a carrier oil a whole lot. So you might say with 1 drop of the essential oil, maybe a teaspoon of the carrier. That
Mm-hmm.
simply lets your body slow down the absorption rate and it doesn't overwhelm your body. So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times when we first start using essential oils, our bodies go, hallelujah, you're giving me what I need. I'm going to purge all this yuck. And so
Mm-hmm.
you actually send yourself into a detox reaction where you actually feel worse and you're thinking, oh my goodness, I'm allergic to this essential oil, or it's hurting me, or it's damaging me. And it's not. You're just pushing your body faster than it wants to, or faster than it can go. And if you are dealing with a lot of toxins in your body, then that reaction is more likely to happen. So the healthier you start, the less that's going to be a problem. But so I always like to tell people, go low, go slow, give your body time to adjust. There are people who are allergic to essential oils, but it's really, really rare. So if you
Mm-hmm.
have a reaction, don't automatically assume that it's an allergy. And of course, anybody's welcome to contact me if they're like, what in the world is going on? They can reach out. I will be glad to help them. Also, want to say that there are different rules for children under the age of 2. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. The biggest ones are peppermint, rosemary, and there's something else. Mainly peppermint and rosemary. You don't want to put them under their nose. Okay, it's
because it
incredibly
gets in their
rare.
eyes. It can reach up into the eyes.
Well, there is that, but in very few cases, so it is pretty rare, but every now and then it can suppress their breathing,
Okay.
right? So the 1,8-cineol, which is the chemical constituent in those that causes this reaction, causes their breathing to become too shallow and too slow. But that's usually only triggered if you put it right here under their nose. Putting it on their feet is okay, but you want to heavily dilute for children.
Okay.
Standard is 1 drop of essential oil per tablespoon of a carrier. And again, a carrier is like coconut or almond or something like that.
Okay.
And then don't slather then the whole tablespoon on them. Slather a little bit of fat.
A little bit of fat.
Yeah.
I have a question. I have a person, Tarina asked, she said, a person such as myself who knows nothing about oils, what's a good starter oil to get, and how do you become acclimated to using them?
The easiest one and the best one that I recommend if nobody ever gets any other oil is lavender. Lavender is nicknamed the Swiss Army knife of essential oils because there's pretty much not any area that it won't help.
Okay.
And it's also one of the mildest ones and least likely to have a reaction to it. And just acclimate by giving it to your body. Lavender does not always have to be diluted. So usually those who do like a test patch don't have any problem. And then you can use it anywhere. If you use a high enough quality one, you can ingest lavender. There are several different areas of the body that it helps, but it can help your hair. It can help your skin. It can help wounds. It helps you go to sleep. It makes you feel calmer. It's good for your fingernails, good for your cuticles, good for just like everything. Overworked muscles. There's ones that might work better than lavender, but if you only have lavender and you have a problem, just use it.
I use lavender. I have a diffuser by my bed, and I use my lavender oils at night to help calm me and help me to sleep. And just lavender. I use it a lot. I know I meditate, and so I like to have use oils to kind of help center me and calm me before I meditate in my prayer time. I've got oils I use for when I work out to help me.
Yeah.
Tarina asked also, what's a good brand that you recommend? So I'm going to preface this. And so this is a question I was going to ask anyway. And we'll talk about Catherine does Young Living, which is a great brand. I share doTERRA. They're both are great. Now, they can be a little bit on the expensive side. So say somebody that goes into, say I was in Big Lots and they have essential oils in there. And so say somebody's like, well, I don't want to spend the money of Young Living or doTERRA. And I saw this oil at Big Lots and I can get 20 of them for $10. So
I'm going to cry.
The difference of buying a good essential oil and a cheaper essential oil.
Okay, sure. And let me preface by saying that this information I'm fixing to give you does not come from Young Living, lest you think I'm only promoting my brand. Okay, so in my aromatherapy certification classes, that was one of the things that we covered in depth.
Right.
So essential oils are a big business. And a lot of companies are in it just to make money.
Right.
So you might think, well, it's so cheap. How are they making money? Well, because there's not really a whole lot of really good essential oils in there. So remember I talked about how the chemist would pull out those chemical constituents? Well, you can synthesize essential oils. And chemically, it's going to be the same as the plant. But it's synthetic, not natural. The body's not going to react to it in the same way at all. So your best case scenario is it's not going to do anything. Worst case is you're going to have an actual allergic reaction. So the lower ones can be that synthesized. So then there's not a whole lot of expense to synthesizing one and bottling it. So you may not be doing any good. So it might take you a whole bottle, but a quality one is going to take you just a few drops. They also can cut them with additives. that are chemical, again, not good for your body. And then a lot of times they can actually substitute a cheaper plant and the real plant. So a lot of the lower ones are actually lavandin, not lavender. So it's a prolific plant. It grows easier than lavender, so they can grow it faster and they can get it to the distillations sooner and push it through faster, but the body's not going to react to it like it is the real plant.
Love it. I love it. And so I have another question about a carrier oil. Now, I know for me, a carrier oil is basically something that you use to dilute, especially if you're doing a good quality oil, so that it doesn't dilute the effect of it, but it dilutes how strong or pungent it can be for your skin, so you don't have a reaction to the skin. Is that correct?
Yes.
And so a lot of times I heard you say almond oil, coconut oil. I've used even jojoba oil.
Yes.
I don't like the olive oil so much because olive oil has the olive oil extract, but can people use olive oil as a carrier oil as well?
Yep. Any oil that you have, I would suggest that if you wouldn't put it in your body, you shouldn't put it on your body. So then you're going to want to get the high quality stuff. And I tend to tell people when they're looking for carrier oils, go to the grocery side. You're going to find a vast difference in prices. If it's in the health and beauty section, it's going to be higher. But a lot of times it's going to say on there, not for ingestion. But if you go to the grocery side, even though you might not be ingesting it, you know that it's safe enough to eat. It's safe to put on your body. So that's actually where I tell people to go get their carrier oils. Jojoba is really good because it's very similar to the skin's own sebum, our own natural oil.
I coughed. I didn't hear you. What did you say?
Jojoba is really good because it's very close to our skin's natural oils. So that's really good. But if you have, and it's really good for like acne prone skin. And then if you have dry skin, I actually like sunflower oil. It's very heavy, but it's absorbed and it doesn't leave a greasy feeling.
Okay.
Now, if you want a greasy feeling, and let's go back to the bedroom, if you're making a massage oil, coconut oil is really good because it stays on the surface for a long time. So you've got, you can actually massage and get your hands over, But if you are looking for something that absorbs in really well, sunflower or sesame, but not toasted sesame. Just
not toasted sesame.
Okay.
No. I was gonna say I got some sesame seed oil in there. I use it to cook all the time. So I like what you said. You said if you can cook with it or ingest it, then it's a good one that you can put on your body. So like the last week, I bought some oil in the regular section. It had safflower oil. No, it was almond oil and coconut oil mix. So that would be a good one. And and I use those on my hair and everything. And I also, because my hair is dry, and so I use essential oils for my hair, for my nails. There's so many uses that you can use them for. So now for more, so you can use oils. You can ingest them, you can inhale them, and you can
apply them.
What are you saying, Tarina? You said and or versus Melisha Bailey oil. And let me see. She's asking a question. How do you know your brand versus a Ross brand is better? Is there ingredients in the bottle so you know that they are strong? I just think, the just the quality of how they are, the plants are grown, how they're distilled, how they are manufactured. That's going to be the telltale sign of a cheaper brand or a better quality brand. So, and so you have to be careful. I'm not going to say if you go to a health food store that their brand is not going to be as good, but I would do research on whatever kind of quality of oil that you are wanting to use, just to make sure that you are getting the quality that you want. Like you said, if you don't use a quality oil, then you're going to have to use more of it. You're not going to get as quick a results as you want.
And you can also train your nose. Like,
Okay.
take the time to go find someone who can offer you a smell of a high quality oil, and
Okay.
then go smell those cheap oils. You can simply sometimes, by comparison of that,
Mm-hmm.
you know that there's something off about that oil. It doesn't smell pure. It doesn't smell right. And I love to use lavender as a thing. A lot of people smell the cheaper lavenders and it smells sweet.
Stronger. Yeah, it
Yeah,
smells a little stronger too.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And real lavender isn't that sweet. It's actually very woody. It's very earthy.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can smell a poor oil and you're going to instantly trigger a headache, and that's because you're reacting to something in it. So,
Mm-hmm.
smell them, try them. I'm not gonna fuss too much. I'll fuss a little bit, but I'm not gonna fuss too much if people buy a cheaper oil, but I'm gonna tell them they're wasting their money.
Right.
So buy a higher quality one. You're gonna use less of it. You're gonna get better benefits. So it actually is gonna save you money in the long run.
In the law. Well, my husband, his motto is the cheap man always plays twice. And so
Yes.
I would rather spend my money buying something that's good quality and I know is going to work than having to buy something cheap and then you've got to buy it again. And
Yeah.
so, some things you just want to pay the right money for, and
Yeah.
it's worth it in the end. And so it's like going to a good doctor versus a hack doctor,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now let's talk a little bit about we're about 30 minutes in, and we've had some good questions. Anybody else have questions today? Tarina, I appreciate your response today. I appreciate you so much. Let me ask you, like I buy a lot of oils like oregano and rosemary and cilantro, and I like to cook with those
Yep.
because especially like cilantro, they go bad so quick. You feel like you
Yep.
waste your money. And so, is there a trick with cooking with essential oils? And is it good to buy those oils to use to cook with in place of using, organic or fresh parsley or cilantro or cinnamon or cardamom and things like that?
Yeah, there is. And I recommend a toothpick because sometimes one drop is still way too much. So
Okay.
you can put a toothpick in your bottle and pull it out and then swirl the toothpick in your food. So that's going to get you um, less risk of, that basil overpowering your spaghetti sauce.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get the health benefits of that essential oil if you heat the food, but you're going to get the flavor. So that's okay.
Okay.
If you can add it at the end as a finishing oil, like cilantro,
Mm-hmm.
um, add it at the end, especially if you've heated the food, so
Mm-hmm.
that you get the benefits of it. Um, it's very good for flavoring like frostings, like lemon in a vanilla frosting. I love to make white chocolate truffles with the citrus oils in the center. So
Mm-hmm.
then they're a nice citrus thing. Um, but the big thing is that they are very potent, so they're a little bit goes a long way. So
Mm-hmm.
use a toothpick, add at the end if you can, and enjoy. And make sure that you're buying one that you can ingest.
Right. And there is so I would say, not every oil can be ingest. And even
True.
if even a higher quality oil, some of them cannot be ingested. So you have to
True.
be very careful with the type of oils. I had someone ask me about the ballpark of prices on oils. Now I know like lemon is a fairly inexpensive oil. I
Yes.
think doTERRA may sell it for like $10. I don't know. doTERRA and Young Living, they're almost, the prices are a little bit about the same,
About
or
the same.
you
Yep.
know. And so but there are some oils that are going to cost, like frankincense, a very expensive oil, but
Yes.
it's got so many great benefits. And so I would say you can get oils that are going to cost you anywhere from $10 to, I would say the average is probably about what, 20 to $30 more
Mm-hmm.
so in that
Yeah.
range of most oils.
Yeah.
And then you've got your, like, the oils that are going to be more rare, that take a little bit more time to process, that they're the ones that whose the oils are the leaves are not as abundant.
Yep.
So those are going to cost you more.
Right.
Like frankincense, it's a great oil, but it's so expensive. So
Yeah. Frankincense only grows in one area of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's a resin, and they can tap the tree and get that resin, but they have to keep the tree alive and in health. So they can only take so much. And then
Mm-hmm.
they have to dry the resin, and then they have to distill it, and then they have to bottle it, and then they have to ship it. So that's not like lemon, which is abundant and grows anywhere and everywhere. Um, Oftentimes, though, the more expensive oils, sometimes all you have to do is smell them. You don't ever have to apply them.
Mm-hmm.
So that bottle, like little bottle of rose, you open it up and you smell it. You get a
Mm-hmm.
fantastic benefit for your body, and that bottle's going to last you a really long time.
Yeah, I bought some frankincense that was a roll-on, and it was like $40, and I still have it. So there's benefits. So once you learn the benefits of the oils, and maybe we'll have you on and we'll do a master class,
Mm-hmm.
Catherine.
Mm-hmm.
We could do a Zoom and have people come on. We could do a master class and really talk about some of the oils and how to really use them and things like that. With us having a short amount of time, we can't really delve into it, but there are so many ways to use oils, and that's what the topic of this lesson is today is um, essential oils for everyday use. And so you
Right.
can use oils for, just give us a 10 things we can use oils for happiness, for stress, for say people that are, maybe say somebody has got some um, um, stress related, or so just tell us some things that we can use them for. So
Well, they're good for all areas of your life. So they're
mhm.
good for your physical body, uh, pain, congestion, digestion issues, sleep issues. They're good for emotional support. They're good if you walk around in the blues or if you're anxious and unsettled. Those can calm them. They're good for your physical, not physical, your spiritual health, right?
Okay.
So frankincense is
Mhm.
good for meditation,
Mhm.
and if you have a good quality prayer time with God every morning, have some frankincense going. It's good for your brain. Um, it's also, a lot of people I know like to do it when they're doing yoga, to
Mhm.
have some frankincense. And
Mhm.
then there's a lot for after you have your exercise and your muscles are overworked, then you
Mhm.
can support them that way. The ones that I tend to tell people after lavender, which is the one that I always recommend everybody get yourself a good citrus oil. Lemon is good. I love grapefruit, but lemon is
Grapefruit is
good for
great.
like cleaning your house, and it's good for your mood elevation, gets your mood up. It's also really helpful if you're going through a detox. So when I did Melicia's detox program, I had a liver. I had a lemon. That's a live show for you. You can see things and amuse yourself. Um, so you want a good citrus oil. I recommend everybody get a good high quality tea tree oil.
Tea tree
Um,
oil.
it's good for your skin. If you have blemish issues, it can support that. It's a natural deodorizer for your body and for your house, so you can use it for cleaning too. If you have mold and mildew issues in your house, you can use tea tree to help get rid of that. Um, Add some aloe vera gel and make a nice little hand sanitizer. You know, get rid of all the yuck on your hands when you go out in public. I recommend a eucalyptus for respiratory support, but it's also good for muscle support. And peppermint is good for your energy, like when you're just sagging and you really want that cup of coffee, but you know you shouldn't have it. Smell some peppermint. Um, Use it with the eucalyptus and the lavender after you exercise to help the muscle issues. And it's also good for your digestion. And then frankincense. If you can swing a really high quality frankincense, it's good in so many ways.
Oh man, frankincense is like and you think about in the Bible, that's what they
Yes.
gave Jesus when he was born. And
Yep.
so frankincense and myrrh. It's very interesting to me that how much essential oils were in the Bible. And that's what
Yep.
they used during those days, and they were of high quality. They were of value. And so
Right.
we have to value them now because they hold so much for us even today. So
Yes. And people don't understand. They think that because essential oils are in the news now that they've only been around for a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
they actually have found evidence of the distillation process like over 3,000 years ago.
Mm.
So they have been around for a really, really long time. They were what was used before modern medicine. And I'm grateful for modern medicine. My husband would not be alive if it weren't for that. But plants have helped humans for thousands of years before modern medicine came along. So use them.
Use them. Use them. I need to. Anybody out there or anybody know a herbologist? Because I would love to have a show about herbs because I believe the herbs and the oils they really go hand in hand with helping our wellness. Using
I know one.
Okay.
I
I
know
would
one.
like to maybe get in touch with them and have them to do a show because I went to a cooking show, a cooking class, and we did talked a lot about herbs. And so, if you are like me, if you're on the path to wanting a more cleaner life, if you're putting cleaner foods in your body and, watching even what kind of or lotions and things and makeup that you're putting on your skin, and you're really looking to be healthier in all aspects of your life. And yes, some of these things they may cost you more, but in the end, you're gonna be healthier. You're going to feel better. And like me, even with this cold, I don't get sick often. And I'm like, how did my immune system get so compromised? I don't know. Maybe it was the detox I was just on or traveling, but we want our bodies to be strong and healthy, and putting the best things that we can put in our bodies. That is what's key to health. This
Yeah,
is why I became a health coach. This is why you do the things that you do, because you know firsthand how living a clean, putting cleaner foods in your body and getting rid of toxins in environmentally on the inside, what the benefits of it is. And so this is why I do this show, is to educate us on how we can live our best life.
right,
And some things you may like, some things you may not like, but there's a lot of things out there for us to have the health that we want.
right. Well, hopefully we'll all live a really long time, but how do you want to live? Do you want to
Absolutely.
live in health or do you want to live miserable? I'd rather spend a little more money and live in health, you know?
Me and my husband were having that conversation just today. I plan to live till I'm 100,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I don't want to be 100 and be sick and having, somebody get me up and down. I want to live and be as healthy as I can until
Yeah.
my dying day. And
Yeah.
so this is why I do what I do, because we don't have to be sick.
Yeah.
Food is medicine. Essential oils are there. Herbs are there, meditation is there, living a life and living a life of abundance and gratitude, and it's all in your mindset and how you think about things. And so this is what I teach, this is what I share with my clients, and this is why we do what we do, because we want people to be healthy and not have to take a bunch of medications and not reach for aspirin when you got a headache. Put some peppermint oil on your head, so we're just trying to give people tools to live a happy,
Yeah.
healthier life.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
So we had a lot of people on today, and I am so excited. We didn't get any questions, but
Well, if they want questions answered, they can put them in and I'll go back.
okay.
I'll make sure they're all answered.
So we had Seymour on, Aisha, Elder Willie Thomas, Marsha, Gregory, Karen, Joe, Gregory Henry, Megan, William Henson, Bryce. So we had a lot of people that joined us today, and
Good.
not a lot of people had questions, but I'm sure that this show is really interesting to them. We will do a replay, and it will be on all of my pages. And so I want to promote my YouTube channel. It's Melisha Bailey. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. These are going to be on my YouTube channel. I'm going to start doing webinars that are going to be on my YouTube channel, and I'm all about promoting health and wellness. And
Yeah.
so um, um, Vanessa McCann, you know Vanessa, she said you were
Uh-huh.
the best. And she said she has taken time to research and know her stuff. That's
Yeah.
why I call on her, Vanessa, because I know that Catherine really has done her research on
Yeah.
these things. I sell doTERRA. Unfortunately, I haven't done my research. And, but I call on Catherine. If I have it in doTERRA, I'll use it. If I don't, I'll get some Young Living. It's all about using what's ever out there,
Yeah. As long as it's high quality.
as long as it's high
Yeah.
quality. And I like that, as long as it's high quality, because you don't
Yes.
want to put, inferior products on your skin and
Right.
testing them and even putting them in the atmosphere. I love, I love diffusing.
Yeah.
Like back in here, this is my work area. I'm at my desk and I call it my studio. And sometimes if I'm sitting at my desk and I'm doing work, I'll put some oils in there to help my creativity, to help me
Yes.
think. And so
Yeah.
oils set the mood for a lot of things. And
Oh
so
yeah.
they're just good for so much. So
Yeah. And diffusing is actually the most economical way of using them because you put just a few drops in there and the whole area gets the benefit, not just you, but whoever is smelling it.
yes, yes. Well, I've enjoyed you so very much. Thank you so much for coming
Yeah,
on.
you're welcome.
Catherine, now you've getting ready to start, you have a new business going on, Catherine, right now?
I'm opening an office in Springfield. I will be doing aromatherapy consultations where someone can come in with a specific problem and we'll talk about it. I will take their medical history and whatever prescriptions they're on and do my research to make sure that I'm not offering anything that contradicts anything, and then write a protocol just for them. I
Wow.
also will be offering Reiki treatments at my office.
Okay.
I'm moving into that area.
Well, wonderful. Well, Catherine, I'm excited for your journey and what you're getting ready to do. And I just know you've been a blessing to me.
Oh,
And
thank you. You've been
the
a blessing to me too.
the next time I do a detox, I think I'm gonna have you come on. Because I do a detox. I do it like every month, every other month. So we just did one in January, and we'll do another
Yep.
one coming up, because I like detoxing. But I'm probably gonna have Catherine come on and really talk about using essential oils for detoxing,
Yeah.
because I use them, and also a product that I share during my detox as well too. And so, so I'm excited about everything. So if we don't have any other questions, I just appreciate everyone being on today. Let me know if there is a subject that you would like for me to talk about on our Sister to Sister Saturdays. I do this show for you ladies. You are my sisters. I really do this for my private Facebook group. I have about 226 ladies in that group. I started off with about 40. So that group is growing, and I appreciate everyone that has shared and invited women to come in that group. This is a group that's just for ladies, and we're taught. And so I wanted it to be a place where we can be open about what's going on, share with each other, and I call us sisters, and we are a sisterhood, and we're growing in that sisterhood. And so I do the Sister to Sister Saturday so that we can hear from other practitioners from all around the world. So like next week, Sue will be on, Sue Bellingham, and she is all the way from the UK, and she will be on next week. And so I'm excited about Sue coming on. I've got local people. And so if you know anybody that's in the wellness practitioner, you let me know. I would love to have them on my show. I'm booked out to July, but I would love to be booked out to next
Fantastic.
year. I know, I'm excited, and people are
Yeah.
excited about this. And so I'm excited to share. So we've been on for about an hour. I don't like the show to be so long, but it was a great show. You gave us some wonderful information. I appreciate all the feedback, people being on, and your questions. And just let everybody know we will be on next week. And then in a couple weeks, we won't have a show, I believe, during spring break and then Mother's Day weekend, Father's Day weekend. But most weekends we'll be on. And maybe for the weekends that I'm not doing a live show, I may do a repeat. So anyway, thank you, Catherine, so
You're
much.
welcome.
Thank you, everybody, for being on. Take care. God bless. We'll see you next week.